to our coaches. Start, as always, players of the weekend. Offensive player of the week, quarterback Calvert. Defensive player of the week, Presbyterian College defensive lineman Kari Rozier. Special player of the week, base kicker Alex Probert. And the Come Ready Nutrition Freshman of the Week, second week in a row, Gardner-Webb cornerback Jalen Foster. 3 Big South teams are top standings at 1-0. All those teams will have a chance to go 2-0 this week. Liberty's win at Kennesaw State made them the first members to win 50 Big South games. Monmouth is tied the Big South school shooting record for most blocks. Kennesaw State Chandler Burke is 9 rushing touchdowns, second most this season by a Big South quarterback. Monmouth Levon Cheney surpassed 2,000 career rushing yards that past. Liberty's Alex Probert set a Big South field goal record by becoming the first kicker to make 3 field goals from 45 yards. Same game, he had 47, 1 yarder, Kennesaw State. Kennesaw State freshman Desmond Johnson leads the Big South back. Liberty's Frank Hicks, 99-yard kickoff return for a touchdown. Longest ever by a Big South freshman and tied for the second longest kickoff return. Gardner-Webb's Chad Jeter tackles away from 300 in his career. He also entered the top 10 in the league this for career tackles for loss, now at 33. Big South to appear on ASN and ESPN this weekend. One of those games will be Kennesaw State at Gardner-Webb. That game is on ASN. With that, introduce the head coach of Gardner-Webb Running Bulldogs, Coach McCray. Good morning, Coach.
Good morning, Mark. How you doing?
Doing fine. It was good to see you last Saturday. Unfortunately, the Running Bulldogs came up short against Folsom, Carolina, losing by 10. But back in conference play this Saturday, if you can open up and talk about the game against the Clear, we'll start taking questions and talk about the Owls.
Okay, I'd be glad to. Well, certainly we were disappointed, at the end of the ball game that we didn't, do a better job representing our conference against a team that's leaving. Certainly we're very familiar with what we were facing, and had a lot of guys that made a lot of plays and played well in spots, but we weren't very consistent in some areas, and mainly, especially in the third, early fourth quarter on offense, when we needed to stay on the field, we needed to execute, move the chains, and it just proved to be too many snaps, too much time on the field for our defense, and wore down a little bit. They made 2 drives, and that was really the telltale of the ball game. We'd made some plays early and made some plays big defensively. Jalen Foster ran a fumble back, and we were able to score with under 30 seconds to go in the first half. Gave us a little momentum, but credit goes to them. They made some adjustments, and we did not execute what we needed to do offensively to challenge them down the stretch and give us a chance to win the game. So, on we move, and like I told the guys, it was an important game. That was the game we played that day, and now we really have to focus on all conference games. All the non-conference games are out of the way, and now each week provides different challenges of its own as we move into teams that we know pretty well. Even Kennesaw State, being their first year last year, we've been around them now for 2 years, and certainly got familiarity and seen what they've done. And Coach Bohannon certainly has done a fine job moving their program forward. Did a good job last year, and they're off to a very quick start this year in non-conference play, and in all rights had opportunities to win that game last year against Liberty at their place. So we know we're in for a tough challenge. We really need to improve our football team this week on little things, work hard to execute better in areas so that we have an opportunity, hopefully down the stretch, to challenge Kennesaw as they come in here on this Saturday at noon. But a good football team, I think, really Coach Bohannon and the staff, I feel like they've done a really good job moving kids forward in a rapid pace. Playing much more like veterans. Their first-year guys are now sophomores, so they got a lot of third-year players just like we do, having our third class in here finally. And I see a lot of maturity in his football team. I know they've had to play different guys at quarterback. It's a credit to them. As you said earlier, I mean, they got some guys that maybe didn't start the year that are performing very well for them and giving them opportunities to be in football games and win football games and put them in the position they're in right now. And if you look at the Big South Conference stats, they're either first or second in every major category that I have interest in. So, they've done an outstanding job with their program, and we're going to have to play very, very well and really improve in some spots if we want to have an opportunity to win the game on Saturday.
All right, Coach, at this time we'll start taking questions for you. Ask a question, press star one on your phone at any time, or click the Q&A link near the top of your browser. Click raise hand and join us. Coach, while we wait for question two, talk about your squad before we get a little more on Kennesaw State. Devin Mines had a nice game against Folsom, led tackle solo. Talk about his entry into the rotation and what he's done for you the last couple.
Well, Devin certainly moved forward. He and Jalen Foster were kind of thrown into starting roles 3 or 4 weeks ago, and they both continue to gain ground and improve themselves. At times we get a little out of spot because we get a little bit of our high school habits come out instead of focus that you need to be really effective against the teams that we play against. But very pleased with Devin. He really made a lot of plays for us and did some really good things in the ball game and gave us opportunities to get off the field defensively. So very pleased with the way he's come on, and I'm hoping we'll continue to get some defensive backs well so that we can play some more people back there and not have to play so many snaps in certain spots.
Another interior lineman, Josh Ramsey, did a kind of nice game for you, 9 tackles. Well, just talk about his play, anchoring that front line.
I think Josh has improved. It was one of our big goals for the year is to try to have someone come in and really be our anchor point in the middle. And Josh has made strides. He certainly has things that he's continuing to work on to improve and make plays for us. If you're going to play a 3-man front, then you got to have some reliability in the middle. Josh has made strides. He's certainly got improvement to do, and I think a big game for him individually will be this week. The offensive line at Kennesaw State is a very good offensive line. They have a center that's real big and tough, and it'll be a great challenge for him to get his pads down and really work hard to make plays for us on this option game. And if he can have a good game, then I hope it'll prove that we can get off the field defensively and enjoy some success there.
As we turn to Kennesaw State, you touched on it a little bit ago, but starting quarterbacks for the Owls, potentially see 3 different players behind center. Just talk about the preparation. I know some of our other coaches have alluded to that. Prep work, what you've seen so far between the 3 guys that Kennesaw can bring.
Well, I think all 3 guys. I mean, certainly the young man that started the season for them, gave us fits last year down in Atlanta. And, watching these other 2 youngsters, I think you mentioned how well they were doing in some of your comments early in the broadcast. But I think the biggest compliment I would give these 3 guys is that they play within the system that Coach has in place. Certainly it looks as if, they're threatening people with the pass with some fine receivers, and these guys, scramble around and get the ball to them. But seen a great increase in their pass game. And, this is not a one-handed run football team, although I know they take pride in that, and that's priority number 1. But their pass game has greatly improved, and I think they have worked hard to make a statement for that in the videotapes that I've watched. And I think it's a credit to these 3 quarterbacks, whoever plays, being able to do what Coach asked them to do within the system and to make them very, very balanced and very dangerous because of their triple threat in the run and their pass game.
All right, Coach. Well, I'm not seeing any more questions for you, so we'll let you go. Appreciate you joining us. Good luck Saturday against Kennesaw.
Thanks, Mark. Good luck to all the Big South teams, and we look forward to seeing you soon.